So I came across something on the internet that was kind of interesting, and the possibility of Donald Trump going to jail. I honestly don't think Donald Trump will go to jail, but I think that he is in a lot of trouble with possibly some tax fraud. But he's the president of the United States, and if he did go to jail, he would be the first president of the United States to go to jail. I don't think there hasn't been any president that ever went to jail, and if he did, he'd be the first one. I could be wrong, and maybe I don't really go through politics. I don't know all the presidents, so maybe I'm wrong, and maybe there has been a president that went to jail, but I really don't think Donald Trump's going to jail. I think that the American people would not accept that, and there would be a lot of happy people that if they saw Donald Trump in jail, they would cheer. But there's also some people who would be super pissed off because half the country loves him and the other half the country hates him. So yeah, but anyways, I really don't think he's going to go to jail. I don't see how the United States would benefit from him going to jail. So I really don't think he's going to jail. He's not like he did anything that is super illegal besides, a little bit of tax fraud, which, he didn't kill anyone. So, and he tried to evade taxes a little bit, but, I don't think he's going to go to jail for that. And it kind of brought out speculation. I knew that Donald Trump is, doing illegal things behind his taxes, and now that since he's president, he had to release his taxes, and a bunch of people got to his taxes, and then just recently, Tom Nash came out and he made a video about Donald Trump facing new criminal allegations, 26 million tax fraud. And tax fraud is a serious crime in the United States if you're not the president of the United States. So yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of the video. I'm gonna play the video and then I'll talk more about it. So let's begin.
So we have a criminal case investigation against Donald Trump with regards to potential tax fraud allegations. Now, back in September, we all read the New York Times article about the fact that Donald Trump didn't pay taxes for 10 out of the last 15 years. In fact, we learned that he paid $750 in tax in the year he got elected, and another $750 in the following year. So the man has not been paying tax. His business is in shambles based on these tax returns obtained by the New York Times, allegedly. But now it's a whole new level of a shitstorm. According to this morning's report, Donald Trump is now not only being investigated with respect to a civil case, now this has gone criminal. Donald Trump has been subpoenaed with regards to a criminal case looking into $26 million worth of tax fraud, allegedly. So this is very interesting, not because we now know that there's a criminal case, which is in itself very interesting, and there's two subpoenas into parallel investigations, a civil and a criminal. We also learned from this latest publications that the scam or scheme or alleged evasion was based on services agreement. So let me explain. The authorities claim that Donald Trump evaded $26 million worth of tax. It's a lot of money, but to this point, we haven't heard the specifics, so I couldn't comment on it because I didn't know how it actually worked. But now, they gave us a little hint, and for a guy like me who knows taxes, that's all they need to get in the door and figure out what they're claiming happened. So in this latest report from the New York Times, they actually specified a specific transaction between Trump and his daughter Ivanka for $750,000 of service fee. Now, in our world, the tax people, we call service fee the easiest way to shift money from family members and various entities. So the way it works, for example, not saying that Trump did it, allegedly, here's how it usually works. If I'm a high net worth individual and I'm at the top bracket, let's say I'm paying 39.6% before the Trump reform and after the Biden reform, then my tax bracket is very high. I'm paying almost 40 cents on the dollar. But let's say I have a daughter Let's call her Ivanka, allegedly. And let's say that Ivanka is in a lower tax bracket. So I can have Ivanka invoice me and I can pay her, let's say, $750,000 for her services. Now I get a deduction in an amount of $750,000, which reduces my tax liability. Now those $750,000 is a deductible expense for me, meaning I'm reducing my tax liability by $750,000. Now the recipient, let's say Ivanka, she now has income of $750,000, but let's say her tax bracket is lower. Let's say she's paying 30%, just for the sake of the argument. So now she's paying 30% on that money, which means I just saved 10% of taxes on that amount by shifting it to a person in a lower tax bracket. Now, this isn't the only way this works. You don't have to use family members. You can do it with S corps, LLCs, offshore accounts. There's a lot of ways to shift money from high tax environments to low tax environments, which is what they're claiming he did. Now, I'm not saying that he did it, but if he did, that's what he probably did. And yes, this was one specific example of 750,000, but you can do it again and again. Replicate the process with different family members, friends, companies, and do it all the way to zero tax liability on your end. And this is what I think they're claiming he did. Now, there is legislation designed to prevent it. It's called transfer pricing. Essentially, if I'm a US person and I'm doing a transaction with somebody who's called a related party, for sure the daughter is a related party, I don't get to set what the rate of the service income is. Basically, you need to hire an external auditor to come in and say, hey, these services are worth X dollars based on external non-related comparables. Basically, how much would it cost for me to get these services from a third unrelated party? And this is what I have to pay to that lady or woman or daughter, just for the sake of the example. But clearly, when you hire somebody to perform an independent valuation of these services, it's not exactly independent because you're paying that person. So it's a flawed system by definition due to human nature. Not saying that this is what happened with Donald or Ivanka, but just saying how it usually works. These independent transfer pricing auditors don't always get it right. The criminal case is quite...
Oh wait, I'm gonna end it off there, but wow, that's a short video. It was so much good information that I couldn't just stop. But so as you can see, Donald Trump has been, trying to avoid paying as much tax as possible by transferring money. I don't know if it's illegal or not, but I feel like this is like the reason why Donald Trump doesn't want to leave the White House, because a lot of people are going to come after him because his taxes are being released. The public knows about it, and once Donald Trump is not in power anymore, people are going to go and attack him. And that's not good. That's not good. That's the reason why he doesn't want to leave the White House yet. That's why, if you look on Twitter, he's still saying that, I won, he's saying that, like this tweet right here saying that, still fighting the good fight, still saying that, I haven't lost yet. We have great support on the hoax, the election hoax. See, as you can see, right? Donald Trump hasn't given up yet. He doesn't want to leave the White House. He wants to be the president of the United States. Because if he's not, he could go to jail. It's funny because I was watching Donald Trump in our cartoon president, and I think in season 2 he was talking a lot about going to jail. So yeah. And have you ever seen a show on Netflix? This was made, I think, in 2017. I could be wrong, but there was a documentary made on Donald Trump, and I watched the entire thing. Donald Trump basically, when he made The Apprentice, he basically stole a lot of money from these couples that started a business. And he basically bankrupted them, and they're trying to sue him, but Donald Trump just never settles. And yeah, so I don't know. I think there's a lot of shadiness things with Donald Trump. That's my opinion. There's going to be a lot of people in my comments that say, Fake news, fake news. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, once Donald Trump is out of the White House, things will be very interesting to see how his life progresses now that his entire private life is out in the open because his taxes are released to the public. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens to Donald Trump once he's out of the White House. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of people that want to protect him because, you know, he was the president of the United States, and as half the country loves him. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.